Recently, I had posted there on social media that I was going to change my focus for the next number of months to really focus back in on what we are doing at Cloud 360 Accounting. And over the course of the last year, I've had a lot of other things kind of on the go from a personal perspective. But I've also been working with a number of other accounting firms and accountants, and there are still a number of accountants I am still working with and coaching on an ongoing basis, and a couple who I will be starting some coaching with over the course of the next few months. But I made a decision really around the sort of end of February time to start devoting a little bit more time back into Cloud 360 accounting. The main reason for that was I think it was really spurred by two things. Number one, we entered two awards. At the back end of last year, I was top five finalist in the category of Practice Pioneer at the Account Excellence Awards in London, which were hosted by Accounting Web. And then we were top three finalists in our category at the Zero Awards in London there last week. And it kind of got me thinking that I think I'm almost done now with awards for a while. It's lovely to get nominated, it's quite prestigious, but it can, I think, distract you from your true purpose and your real why in what you're doing in your business. And this is something I continually talk to my coaching clients about. So it's a bit of almost taking my own medicine and swallowing my own advice, I suppose. I want to create excellent businesses for our clients. I want to ensure the team at Cloud 360 have a good work-life balance, that they are thriving and that they're properly trained and developed as much as we can possibly do for them. But also I want to have my own life-work balance in some kind of shape as well. So that's why I've decided to refocus on Cloud 360 a lot more. I still have a number of presentations and speaking events and so on over the course of the year. Not least, of course, well, hopefully be going to the Digital Accountancy Show, depending on the progress of the coronavirus. But that's in a couple of weeks' time, so I'm looking forward to that. And I have a lot of contacts in terms of accountants that I will be continually engaging with and collaborating with on an ongoing basis. But I really want to drive Cloud 360 accounting forward now. And we started that process. And what I did, for example, with one client who outsourced their finance function to us, a couple of weeks ago, having made a bit of a hames of their own books for a while. We've devoted resources to bringing things up to date and getting things in order. And it just goes to show when you focus on something that what kind of results you can get out of this. So for this particular client, as it turns out, their direct debit and payment collection system, they're using FastPay linked in with Xero. They hadn't had it properly integrated, the whole thing with Xero. They were doing their own bookkeeping, their own credit control, and looking after all these systems themselves. And as it turns out, things weren't going according to plan. And there was quite a lot of overdue invoices from customers that the client wasn't even aware of, and I actually thought there's something wrong just in terms of something that we had done. But as it turns out, the integration wasn't right from the offset for some of this stuff, and the client was duplicating contact records. Bottom line is, we've just managed to recover £5,000 of money into this guy's bank account that he didn't collect before now, and didn't really look at his system regularly enough to know that this money was still outstanding. I've just uncovered this week another £2,500 for certain customers and their direct debit mandates that had to be properly linked through to Xero. And only this morning we've looked at a supplier statement, and it's quite possible that the supplier has been overcharging them. So outsourcing the finance function within a couple of weeks has probably improved this guy's net worth in terms of the business position to the tune of about 10 grand, 7.5 grand in a bank, and a couple of grand's worth of debt that needs to be corrected off. So it just goes to show when you bring the experts in how quickly things can change. And as I say, that's where my focus is going to be. I want to work with the existing clients that we have to really supercharge their finance systems now and get their figures into shape. Offer these clients more services and more advisory type stuff, which is looking at how the business is doing and advising them on how they can do better. And that's the type of stuff we want to work with in terms of new clients as well. So if that's the type of stuff that would interest anyone out there in terms of small businesses, please do give us a shout. We'd be more than happy to have a Zoom meeting, find out where your business is at, talk about your personal goals, and let's see how we can take you forward using All the Best in Cloud Accounting.